Hi class and Professor Valenti. This is Jennifer Arnos. I'm doing my special education law presentation video. Okay, so hi everybody, my name is Jennifer Arnos. I am a special education teacher in New Mexico. We are going to discuss the history of special education. I found some great resources that I will be sharing with you. There have been a lot of policy changes throughout the special education, which the special education needs to stay updated. On them. This journey we are about to take involving your child's education will give you the resources to help you make the unknown less scary. First, brief history of special education before the 1970s and from the 1970s to the present day, referring to appropriate judicial decisions. So part A, before the 1970s. 1970s. So it says, what I've been able to find is in 1829, there was an asylum for the education of the deaf and dumb. In 1940s, children that have brain injuries were more common. In 1954, Brown versus Board of Education of Topeka. This was a landmark case that went to the U.S. Supreme Court because it violated the Equal Protection Clause of the 14th Amendment of the United States Constitution. In 1965, Elementary and Secondary Education Act of 1965, ESEA, provided resources to help ensure that disadvantaged students had access to quality education. In 1966, Congress amended the ESEA to create a grant program to help the states by taking the initiative, expand, and improve programs and projects for the education of handicapped children. Okay, so we're on part B, which is 1970s to present day. In 1970, Congress made law Education of the Handicapped Act. In 1972, Pennsylvania Association for Retarded Children versus Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, PARC, P-A-R-C, case challenged the exclusion of children with intellectual disabilities from public schools. The resulted court decision laid the groundwork to establish the children with intellectual disabilities the right to free, appropriate public education. And the term retarded has been dropped and changed to intellectual and developmental disabilities. I think I'm on the page on that because I really don't like using the word retarded because I don't think it's politically correct. Okay, now we're on to 1972. Mills versus Board of Education of the District of Columbia. This case was significant in the special education law. The ruling emphasized the importance of providing equal educational opportunities for students with disabilities, stating that it is not acceptable to exclude children from school solely based on their disabilities. This case laid the groundwork for later legislation, including the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, IDEA. In 2004, Individuals with Disabilities Education Improvement Act of 2004 was amended again with two primary purposes. First purpose, I'm getting my words messed up. Ensure free appropriate public education, FAPE, idea mandates that children with disabilities are entitled to a free and appropriate public education tailored to their unique needs, including special education and related services designed to prepare them for further education, employment, and an independent living. Secondly, establishing procedural safeguards and parental involvement. IDEA emphasizes, getting my words slurred again, the importance of a procedural safeguards to protect the rights of children with disabilities and their parents. It encourages active parental involvement in the decision-making process regarding their child's education, fostering collaboration between parents and educational institutions. In 2018, there's a case here where I live in New Mexico. It's called the Yazzie versus Martinez case. It says, landmark education lawsuit in New Mexico. The lawsuit argued that the state failed to provide a sufficient education to students, especially those who come from low-income families and Native American communities. I guess it's a big problem here. Second is brief description of two court cases, parental rights and students' educational rights, such as FERPA, IDEA, or the rights of students in public, charter schools, or private schools. Well, I'm going to bring up again the 2018 Yazzie versus Martinez case. I guess the court ruled in favor of the plaintiffs by stating that the state was violating its constitutional obligation to provide an adequate education for all students. In violating, hold on, let me see, I'm losing my words. The decision, it says the decision highlighted the need for increased funding to address educational deficiencies and disparities in resources. It underscored the importance of the state's responsibility to ensure that all students, regardless of their background, receive a quality education. With the case versus Yazzie and Martinez, the case has since influenced discussions on education funding and equity in other jurisdictions. So I hope I gave you enough information to make an educated guess, actually an educated decision on how you want to proceed when it comes to special education and making sure that everything that your child is entitled to is being done, and to be able to fight for it. Thank you.